Have you ever thought about how much of your life you actually control? There was a time when I thought I had to control every detail. I obsessed over every aspect of my life, from the big decisions down to the minutiae of everyday living. I was convinced that if I could just manage everything perfectly, I would find happiness. But instead, I found stress, anxiety, and exhaustion. I was like a puppeteer trying to control 1,000 marionettes, each one another element of my life. It was overwhelming, a constant struggle against the natural ebb and flow of life. I was fighting against the tide instead of swimming with it. And then it dawned on me, not everything in life can or should be controlled. Some things are simply beyond our reach. Like the weather, for instance. We can't control if it's going to rain or shine, or other people's actions. We can't dictate how others behave or react. So I learned that some things, like the weather or other people's actions, are simply beyond my control. So what can you actually control in your life? That's a question that can be a game changer. You see, we can't control the weather, the traffic, or what other people think about us. But we can control our reactions, our actions, our thoughts, and our feelings. Let me share a story. Once, I found myself caught in a heavy downpour with no umbrella. I could have let it ruin my day, but instead I chose to control my reaction. I laughed, I danced, and I savored the unexpected shower. I chose joy over frustration. I controlled my reaction, and it transformed my day. The same principle applies to our thoughts and feelings. We can choose to harbor resentment, or we can choose to forgive. We can choose to dwell on failure, or we can choose to learn and grow. The choice is always ours. The moment I shifted my focus to what I could control, I felt a sense of relief and empowerment. What happens when we focus on changing the things we can control? Well, that's where the magic happens. That's when you tap into the transformative power of change. You see, small changes can propel us towards substantial results. It's not about overhauling your life overnight. It's about making minor shifts that, over time, create a ripple effect, leading you to a place you never thought possible. Let me share a story with you. Once upon a time, I was stuck in a rut, caught in a cycle of negativity. Then, I made a small change. I decided to start each day with a moment of gratitude. Just a minute or two every morning where I consciously appreciated something in my life. This tiny shift in my morning routine didn't seem much, but it was a game changer. It set the tone for my day, filling it with positivity and hope. That small change was like a domino effect, paving the way for bigger and better changes. How can you be a beacon of hope for others? It's a question that may seem daunting at first, but the answer is simpler than you might think. By changing the things within your control, you become a living testament to the power of transformation. Let's consider a story. Imagine a woman named Sarah. She was stuck in a cycle of negativity, feeling trapped by circumstances she thought she couldn't change. But one day, Sarah decided to focus on what she could control: her attitude, her actions, her responses. And as she began to make changes, people noticed. They saw her positivity, they saw her resilience, they saw her light. Sarah's transformation didn't just change her life, it impacted those around her. Her light became a beacon, guiding others towards their own potential for change. So remember, you too can be a beacon of hope. By focusing on what I could change, I became a beacon of hope, not just for myself, but for others too.